information. I hope you all are well. Let's start the video. The statements of the central bank governor during a media meeting. Some of the matters that go out to the media entail external positions and conditions that we face with organizations and others. They cite clips and media statements that embarrass us, so that some international banks turned their face away from Iraq because of what is happening. What has happened in recent years is the fight against money laundering and terrorist financing and the issuance of sanctions against some countries. The procedures have become strict due to U.S. sanctions against some countries, because they have sovereignty over their currency, the dollar, and this created a kind of restriction. The local currency is covered by the reserve, which is subject to protection from the foreign balance. The balance is limited by a ceiling. But the use of several accounts affected the situation. We used to cover $4 million a month, and in one day it jumped to 100 million. People do not know that it is monitored, especially the purchases made through cards. Smugglers are now smuggling only a small part of card money at airports, and the International Observer said that the Iraqi people are smart, because they circumvented all procedures. The Iraqi gold reserves are 132 tons, and the future of the currency reserves is linked to the yellow metal. I personally support this vision. What is this vision? It is backing the dinar with gold. Smile wow. No longer the dollar. First Alak says that today they back the dinar with the 100+ billion in reserves, which is the dollar. Then he talks about the future where it will be backed by gold, not the dollar. Selling dollars and foreign transfers has become at a high level of transparency. And we have made huge strides in combating money laundering and terrorist financing. All parties have become alert, and are checking before passing any transaction, so as not to pose any threat to Iraq. The daily newsletter does not mean that all sales are executed, some of which are suspended or rejected. International committees have begun to investigate strange imports to Iraq. For example, Indomie. They ask us about the truth about the large quantities imported. Is it true? We tell them that the new generation is addicted to it. You would think Indomie is some kind of habitual drug narcotic, but Indomie is a brand of instant noodle produced by an Indonesian company, Indofood. Indofood itself is the largest instant noodle producer in the world with 16 factories. Auditing on the platform led to negative effects, due to the reluctance of traders to use it. It is not possible to float the dinar in Iraq, because we do not have diversified sources of foreign currency. The central bank must supervise monetary policy and stay away from the crisis that took a lot of its energies and time. We oppose the arrest of merchants. I informed the Prime Minister of that. And the solution lies in addressing the crisis from its roots, by stopping the collection of dollars and delivering them to speculators. The central bank did not specify a specific share for banks, i.e. any bank can enter the currency sale window for any amount. Previously, we defined the ceiling, and the goal was to encourage as many drains as possible to deal with the window. Banks that committed themselves and agreed with a respected intermediary bank, their transfers became easier, and for this I was focusing with the banks on the need to find a network of correspondent banks abroad. The sums that the government withdraws are illogical, because they depend on the guarantee of the oil price. The latter was not stable, and it will not be, and the solution is to conduct calculations, month by month, not annually. We will not print more dinars, unless we obtain an equivalent foreign currency, and withdraw the damage to avoid inflation, and linking budget allocations to the balance is incorrect. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.